What's going on, guys? It's Steven from the BS Show, and let's talk about it because it's finally happening. I'm talking about Jake Paul versus Anderson Silva. This is the fight that Dana White wanted to see. This is the fight that a lot of us MMA hardcore fans wanted to see because Jake Paul was picking on a lot of the old retired MMA fighters that weren't stylistically a good match versus Jake Paul. I'm talking Tyron Woodley and Ben Askren. I mean, let's be real. Ben Askren has a complete wrestling background and zero striking whatsoever. And Jake Paul knocked him out cold. But let's be honest, a 12-year-old Girl Scout could knock out Ben Askren because, like I said, he has zero striking. And Tyron Woodley, on the other hand, has decent striking. I mean, MMA striking, that is. Now, what is that, you ask? He has that wrestling threat in MMA, so people put their hands out to sprawl for his takedowns, and he catches them with the overhand right. So really, Tyron Woodley just has that power, and it's not really a threat in boxing because you don't really have to put your hands down to sprawl because there's no threat of the takedown. So that's why Jake Paul was able to catch Tyron Woodley, because at a fundamental level, Jake was the better boxer. Not much of a better boxer, but a better boxer nonetheless. The funniest thing about this Anderson Silva versus Jake Paul fight, though, is as much as Dana White hates being asked about Jake Paul, he unintentionally promoted the hell out of this fight. I mean, check it out.
Anderson Silva. We honestly need to start talking again about this guy as the GOAT. Anderson Silva beat Chavez Jr. At 40, what? 44, 45 now? What is it?
46.
46? 40 fucking 6 years old. He now left this sport, which he was, considered one of the greatest of all time, possibly even the greatest of all time. Goes out, beats Chavez Jr. in a boxing match, and knocks Tito out in 40 seconds. Anderson Silva might actually be the GOAT of combat sports. I mean, to still compete, it'll be interesting to see what he does next. I fucking guarantee you this. You ain't gonna see Jake Paul calling Anderson Silva out. That I fucking promise you. Guarantee you this. You ain't gonna see Jake Paul calling Anderson Silva out.
Think what you want about Uncle Dana, but you got to give him that he's the best promoter in combat sports. I mean, it's unquestionable, even when it's unintentional, it seems. And since we're giving out love, you got to give kudos to Jake Paul because this is an absolutely terrifying fight for him. It's his first legitimately real striker. And Anderson Silva's not just any striker. I mean, he was a world champion. He has highlight reels on top of highlight reels of him just knocking people's lights out. I mean, hell, you just heard Dana White praise him as the GOAT of combat sports, even in his old age. So yeah, so honestly, props to Jake Paul because Anderson Silva is the real deal and it's what the fans wanted to see. So love or hate Jake Paul, I mean, he's doing what the fans want. And that's awesome. You got to respect that. And you could tell that Jake Paul legitimately respects Anderson Silva. I mean, there's a press conference the other day, and let's just check out some of the clips.
Are you in the right headspace to prepare for this fighter?
100%. It all has to do with my previous opponents all being dickheads. Anderson Silva is the nicest guy in the world, and we love him. If my opponent is a dickhead, I'm gonna treat him like a dickhead and beat his fucking ass. And I think people have seen that side of me. But I respect this man. I'm still gonna knock him out, but I respect him. But respectfully knock him out.
I was gonna say if you beat me, I'll get a spider tattoo.
No, stop, bro.
But
let me tell you that.
But
No. You don't need to put in the spike tattoo. I know you're my fan. Don't worry. Wait.
Let's go.
Stop. Come on.
There you have it. Anderson Silva even teases Jake Paul a little bit about being such a fan. I mean, Jake Paul even posted a picture of him and Logan posing with Anderson Silva when they were kids. Super interesting. And it makes it a fun dynamic. And Jake Paul has been known to be like a chameleon when it comes to the roles he plays. And when he plays a fighter, when he first got in the game, he was almost like mimicking Conor McGregor in a way. But here, it's almost like he's mimicking Israel Adesanya, the way Izzy showed a lot of respect towards Anderson Silva and sort of fanboyed out with Anderson Silva. And Jake Paul seems to be doing the same exact song and dance. It's funny. But yeah, the dynamic between the fan who is coming up and fighting their idol, I mean, I like that aspect towards this fight. But let's go ahead and give you my breakdown. And to be honest, guys, this one feels really easy to me, and that makes me nervous because I'm like, Anderson Silva should smoke Jake Paul. Like, logistically, you look at both of their opponents, who they've fought, who they've boxed against, and it's easy to pick Anderson Silva. Really, the only thing Jake Paul has on Anderson is age. So yeah, if Jake Paul somehow wins, my childhood is dead. Like, that's how confident I feel about this fight, and that makes me nervous because I do respect Jake Paul, and I do think he has power. But I think Anderson Silva is scary and elusive, and I think he plays games with you, and I think he might bait Jake Paul into making him think that he's rocked or something and catching him while he's coming in trying to finish the job like rookies do. You know what I mean? Jake Paul has that killer instinct to come in when he has someone hurt, and I think Anderson knows that. Anderson's a counter puncher, and he's going to play those games and kind of bait him to come in like that. At least that's how I feel. That's what I see Anderson doing in this scenario. But I'll be interested in knowing what you guys think about this fight, how you see this fight going. Are you going with Jake Paul? Do you think he's just younger, has more power, is faster, and he's just, age has caught up to Anderson Silva? Is that how you're feeling about this? Or do you kind of agree with me? Do you think Anderson Silva is just a wiser fighter who really hasn't lost a step? It seems like if he hasn't lost much. So thanks for tuning in. If you're not subscribed, please do subscribe. We're trying to build this community. It's rough here out on YouTube these days, so anything helps. Like the video. But until next time, guys, peace.